Hello and welcome. Hi, fire signs. This is Samantha. I am your digital Delphi oracle. I am here to do a micro reading for each of the three fire signs. So my Sagittarius, my Aries, and my Leo, I'm here to do a little micro reading for you for the winter solstice, which is about, letting go. As I said before in my video to Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini, the winter solstice is a time of the winter is trapping everything, all of the water in stasis. And that is the power of the air being able to track the waters of emotion and to stop them for a minute, to give us this ability to kind of look at them from a different angle and see them in ways that we never get to because it's usually water flows. And this gives us this ability to look at what needs to, with the spark of our insight and awareness and consciousness, is like the little spark of a flame that then melts that and it thaws that. So that way with the spring, that water goes to nurture new seeds of attention because we're letting go of the things that are no longer serving us. So the gateway of the winter solstice is a very powerful time to have a reading, to gain some insight. So I just read for the air signs and I'm going to read for the fire signs, and I'm going to do that with the Tarot of the Divine. I've already pre-shuffled these cards and meditated on them. And to let you know a little bit about me, if you don't know, I have been, believe it or not, a priestess for 40 years. And I have the divine gifts of mediumship, intuitive, empath, psychic. I have possessed many of the clairs as well, clairaudience, clairvoyance, etc., clairsentience. And I use my gifts to support people on their journeys, whatever that journey is. So today I woke up feeling I need to just on the spot do these videos for everyone because this winter solstice gateway is really important this year as we move away from the last couple of years. Doozy, right? Okay. Okay, well, interesting. All right. Fire signs. You have come into this world in this incarnation because you possess the spark of creativity. Passion is the power of those incarnate under the fire signs. Invention is those of the air signs. Creativity is those of the fire signs. Stability are those of the earth signs. And compassionate empathy is the route of the water signs. So we're all holding a power of our incarnation that is supported by our planetary connections as we are born into this world. And so your rising signs and where your stations of Mars, Venus, the moon, all of these, your Chiron, these are all matter. If you know anything about astrology, those things are there to assist you and be your helpers and to give you clues as to what it is you're supposed to be doing. So if you're curious about that, you can always send me a message or an email. I'd be happy to discuss it more with you because I do astrology as well. Just letting the energy build here. So my creative fire signs, Sagittarius, this is for you. The Hanged Man. Boy, what have you been up to, Sagittariuses? See, the thorns in the thicket Look at their feet. There are wounds here. The process of gaining this new perspective has caused you some pain. And although you are gaining some deep insight by basically kind of being everything turned on its head. Yeah, this is self-inflicted. The choices you've made in trying to create what it is you think you want has inflicted some pain on you, and you're having to bear it at the moment. Because you're gaining a new perspective. It's a spiritual growth. It's a long awaited epiphany that you've needed to progress further. You can't continue going on the way that you've been. It's time to move forward. No more games, no more pretenses, no more promises. I'm just getting this feeling, because, you know, yes, it seems, oh, I don't mean to call you out. No, I do. I mean to call you out. Because it would be a disservice to you to think that you couldn't handle it. You know? And I would not disrespect you in that way. I believe you can handle it. I believe you're ready for it. And, you know, you're learning how to create in ways moving forward that don't cause you pain, that don't create a suffering for you. You know, I'm getting this sense of, you know, the Hanged Man is about putting oneself in suspension. And what I'm getting here is you need to, it's a suspension of some of these beliefs and hanging them up and looking at them and asking yourself, what is it I've been believing in all this time? What have I been telling myself? You know, and by looking at those things, you're going to start to see some things are just not true. And some of these thoughts and some of these beliefs you've been reacting to them or avoiding the manifestation of them, so that way you can circumvent having to experience them. But at the same time, you end up creating the very thing that you fear the most. But I get this feeling like you're done with that. You don't want to do that anymore. You're gaining enough awareness to not do that anymore. And you don't want everything that you've lost through the process of that to be in vain. Yeah. You can do this. This is a hard-won perspective, but you're ready. You're ready for change. Even if it seems a little scary. If you have tender feet, once you get back up on your feet and you got to walk forward with this new perspective, it might be a little painful at first, tender steps, but you've got this. And this is what the Winter Solstice is asking you to just let go of those. You want to be upside down anymore. Okay. Aries. Page of Swords, but reversed. Now, when I read reversals of cards, some people think that's negative or it's a block or something. I don't see it that way. In my experience of reading over like 40 years of reading tarot cards, when a card is suspended, it's telling me that there is some sort of a thought, feeling, action, manifestation that needs to come into play to get things upright again. Okay? It's not a block that has to be pushed through, and it's not an energy that's suspended and not there. It's just something needs to move. There's a movement that needs to be put into place. And you have an idea. So what this is really showing me is that the way in which you have been trying to get this idea that you have to manifest, you need to change it. There's a better way. The reason it hasn't been working for you up until now is because there's a better way for it to be done. So it's time to let go of the idea that just isn't working. Every time you try and push this, you're getting a closed door. Every time you try to push for this, you hit a dead end. It just doesn't move. And that's protection. It's the universe protecting you and saying there is a better way. But you can't gain the better way if you're still holding on. Can't put something in a closed hand. You gotta let that go so the universe can give you what you want. Bring to you the people you need to make your vision happen. Okay. There's a level I'm getting here of your ego. Yeah, I call people up. That need to be faced because you're strong and you're powerful. So don't take any shit from your ego. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but don't take that off of your ego, you know? The impulse of your spirit, you know, the power of your soul. I just saw 1111, by the way. Yeah. You know, Aries is the ram, and, you know, it's button heads with things, and, you know, but it's sheer footedness, you know? You don't, this isn't always the way to go about it, you know? There's another way. I've raised goats. My goat Brad had the biggest torment size. My little Baphomet, I loved him so much. And I had baby goats as well. So I've seen their antics, the playfulness, right? The way they can figure out how to get into or out of anything, including their pen, and run around and make me chase them up and down the street like a fool. You know, so that's a wonderful quality about you. This should only be brought out when there is no other way. But if you just turn around from butting heads with this dead end, you're going to see that there's a completely open space behind you that you can scamper off into to go find the resources that you need to do what you need to do. But you got to let it go. Okay? Leo, my proud Leos. I look out this way because I have a window right here that looks out over the forest, and there's always little ravens and chipmunks and things out there. Leo, things are not as scary as they appear to be to you right now. So I'm getting a thing for you is letting go of a fear of the unknown at the moment. I think you're being asked to kind of step out into a spotlight that you're, as a Leo, really wanted. You really want it. But you're afraid. It seems bigger and scarier. And also taking responsibility for that level of creativity and responsibility. But you can do it. I'll show you this card. Look at her carrying her little candle, her little spark, creativity. Moving forward without fear, despite how big and scary this seems behind the curtain, right? But then really, it's a little Wizard of Oz, isn't it? Big, scary, powerful Wizard of Oz, but the little man behind the curtain. Yeah. So you're being asked to let go of this fear. Don't take this with you. There's something really wonderful waiting for you on the other side of the winter solstice, but you just got to let go of your fear and be willing to open up to the possibilities. Because this transformation is big and it's long awaited. This is a karmic transformation for you. This is something that, yeah. It's okay. It's okay to be proud of yourself. I'm getting a feeling in particular for a particular Leo that's watching this right now, you have been taught that pride comes before a fall, is what's coming to my mind right now. That don't get too big for your britches or someone's gonna take you down a few notches. So there's a fear of too much success, because if you do that, then something's gonna knock you down at the knees. That's somebody else's fear. That's not something you need to keep carrying with you. And maybe that's part of this fear, is letting go of something you were told when you were young by somebody who, by the way, probably wasn't as successful as you're going to be. Because we do tend to experience sometimes those who see the spark in us and then want to do what they can to diminish it out of jealousy, spite, and it can happen even with your parents. You know, they will try and keep you small so they can keep you controlled, or humble you down, hobble you, cripple you, do ways to diminish you so that way they can still feel like they can relate to you. That if you grow too big or experience the world in bigger ways than they have, they'll feel like they can't connect to you anymore. So they try to keep you lower on purpose. I mean, it's a terrible thing to say that, but it's true. I wish I didn't have to say that. But I'm saying it because I'm getting a feeling that, yeah. Because I feel the conflict of that. Be proud to be you, Leo. You're a pretty kitty, you know? You're a proud lion. You're meant to be admired. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't feel bad about that. There's always trophy hunters, of course, but you know, don't listen to those people. You're nobody's trophy. All right, so I'm using my this is my Oracle of Delphi deck. And this is to find the main energy for the winter solstice for the fire signs. Questioning. Questioning. Yeah, when I see these feathers, immediately I'm thinking of Ma'at, the Egyptian goddess of truth. Yes, at the center of all of this for you guys, my fire signs, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. This is about questioning these beliefs that you have, these things you've been told. You know, being able to question yourself, question your own ego drives, because you're a doer, you're a creator, you're a performer, and it's important for you to understand what your motivation is. Because if it's not your motivation, why are you doing it? And that's what, like, I believe the Egyptian goddess Ma'at would say to you. If it's not your motivation, then why are you doing it? Yeah. Pretty simple. All right. I hope this helps you. If you'd like a personal reading with me, you can reach me at digitaldelphioracle.com. You can reach me on my Facebook page for Digital Delphi Oracle, and you can also leave a message on this YouTube video as well, and I'll get back to you. And have a happy and wonderful and questioning winter solstice. Take care.